Hello guys, welcome back to Mora TV. So guys, this story is so mind-blowing. This story is so heartbreaking, so overwhelming. I don't even know the other words to say because the things that happened to this boy are just demonic. So this boy born on January 10th of 2019, and 153 days later he was found on a 30-feet well, wrapped in a milk crate, and there was some stones put inside to make sure that this boy actually sank, and that he will never no he will never be found. And it is really devastating because for someone to do this, this is premeditated. This is somebody who sat down and really thought through on what he or she will do so that this child actually is never found. So let's get to this story. So this child went by the name Dylan Grooves, was born on January 10th of 2019 to his parents, who went by the name Jessica Grooves, who was 39 years old, Daniel Grooves, who was 41 years old. They lived in Ohio with their 14-year-old son. And Jessica Grooves was a certified nurse, and not really much is said about the father or what he did for a living. It is said that they used to do, substances, which is drugs, but they were married for 20 plus years. I think this whole story starts when she started showing his, belly, baby bum and everything, and the only thing that we know about this baby bump, or when it was developing, is when the son actually asked her if she was pregnant, which she actually admitted. So not really much is told to us about how she went through the pregnancy, if it was problematic, what happened. Not really much is said. So as I've said, a lot isn't said about her pregnancy until she shows up at an hospital for delivery. She was in active labor. It's actually said that she was 10 centimeters dilated. So for women out there, you understand what a 10 centimeter dilated woman really means, because that's when you're screaming, you're holding the bed, you just want to scream, you just want to push, you just want to go naked, you want to scream, you are actually you are at the verge of being mad. That's what really happened. But this woman goes to the hospital. It's like it's nothing. He was just saying, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's like it's nothing. It's like she ain't feeling the pain. Maybe it's because of the drugs that she was used to taking, because she was an addict. We don't really know why she didn't feel like that, because pain is not something you can hide. But this woman, 10 centimeters dilated, but all she can say is, it's coming, it's coming. It's like it's nothing. It's like, get this demon out of me. That's the vibe she was giving the hospital personnel and everything. Okay, so she proved really difficult, because she could not give information of pregnancy, since it seemed like she didn't go to antenatal clinics. These antenatal clinics is where you go and really get everything you need for the baby to be okay. And finally, Dylan Grooves was born, a bouncing baby boy with no harm whatsoever to anyone. Baby Dylan was born, and I've told you guys that baby Dylan was born on January 10th of 2019. Keep that in mind. January 10th of 2019. Okay? So when this baby was born, the baby was dusky, no color to him, and most importantly and horrifying, this boy was born addictive. So there was drugs in this baby's system. This baby was actually, it means that the woman, Jessica Grooves, that the 31-year-old woman, a grown-up, a person who should know what is okay for her child, because she already had a 14-year-old son. So you cannot tell me that she did not know what is good and what is not good for that child. So this boy was born addictive. The baby had shakes. He was placed at the NICU and on oxygen. It is said that Jessica didn't at any time ask for the baby. So when you go to the hospital and you are really you've pushed or you've gone through a CS, whatever process you went through to have your baby, the first thing when you open your eyes after whatever procedure you went through, you just want to see your baby. But Jessica was not having it. Jessica didn't care about where the baby was, how he was fed, is he okay, is he supposed to be, all those things. She really didn't give, she really didn't give an F. Jessica, after maybe some days, Jessica was itching to be discharged at this point, maybe to go and continue abusing drugs or anything. God knows why she was really at a hurry to go home, yet her child was going to stay at the hospital for some time. Okay, so days later, Daniel, the father, is called by the hospital to go for an interview, but the main reason was to, okay, before we say this is like 5 days later, when this woman, Jessica Grooves, was discharged, and the child was left, Dylan Grooves was left at the hospital. And when the father was called to the hospital for an interview, it was actually to go and be tested for any drug, so that they can be given the child. That was the story, or the impression that the hospital gave. So when Daniel Grooves went to the hospital, he was told to go to the bathroom and urinate so that they can do some tests on his urine and see if he has some drugs in his system. Hold that thought. You see that part that I've told you that they were going to the hospital, when that he went to do some tests, and he was found clean, by the way. He was not found positive of any drug. He was clean. Hold that thought for me. Okay. Daniel passes the test, point to note. So for being clean, he is told he'll have his baby, and he seems to care for the baby. CPS gets involved. First of all, remember, I told you that Dylan Grooves was positive of drugs in his system, so he really needed a very professional care. He needed somebody who really had his best interest at heart, so that he could take care of her. So the CPS, which is the Child Protective Services in the US, gets involved, and a foster mom is contacted. This woman went by the name Andrea, who was 41 years old, a teacher by profession, married with an adult son in college who was 21 years old. She was informed about baby Dylan and the challenges he was facing, which was addiction. And Andrea was 100% okay to take care of him. Okay, and she called friends and family, and in the same day she had everything she needed for the baby Dylan. They found Jessica there, although Jessica had no business being there. Okay, and Jessica was arrested, and on the other hand, Daniel barricaded barricaded himself, and there was a standoff that took 6 good hours, but was finally arrested. When they were interrogated, they couldn't tell where baby Dylan was, and finally Daniel said that he went to the crib and Dylan was dead, and told them where to find him, but it was a wild goose chase because it was a lie. When they realized it's going to be hard, they decided to put them together in one interrogation room, and they begin whispering. I didn't tell them where the body was, and Jessica said I didn't either, and everything. These interrogations, that's how they do it. They kind of put you guys together so that you can sell yourselves out. You can be whispering, but these interrogation rooms are amplified. So even if you whisper, they can hear exactly what you are saying. So they were again separated, put in different rooms, and they started manipulating them, saying, Jessica has already told us what happened, Daniel has already told, and they started telling on themselves. Okay. So basically the police played them against each other, and Daniel eventually said that the baby was in a well. Guys, can you imagine a 4-month-old baby in a well? The fire department was involved, and they tried to suck water. Not they tried, but they sucked water from the well, but they weren't aware what they were looking for, because the police did not really inform them what they were looking for. They were just told to get the water out of that well. Okay, one of the firefighters got a hold of something, and they started pulling together, and a 2 milk crate chained together, water pouring out of the holes or pores. They still did not know, the firefighters, that is, they still did not know what it was, and the cops were taking photos of the crates, and within a minute the smell of flesh was everywhere. The crate was taken for autopsy, and oh God, let me tell you something. This crate was actually 2 crates put together, and the child put inside with the stones, and the crate was copper wired, making sure it doesn't detach, making sure that this child stays inside there. And the stones were put to make sure this crate actually goes as deep as the well, and this well was actually 30 feet under. After the autopsy, the baby, who was 4 months old, had broken ribs. Guys, just listen to this kind of the pain that this child went through. Had broken ribs, broken legs, broken arms, drugs in his system, broken scalp. And during trial, the 15-year-old, now this is why I told you to hold on to the fact that this Daniel Grooves tested negative for any drug in his system. Wait for it. So what Daniel Grooves was doing is he was forcing his son to urinate on some kind of container. So when he was called for test, he will use his son's urine to prove himself clean. So Daniel Grooves has never been clean. He has been using his son's urine. Can you imagine? People are just evil. You're even using your own son, leave alone the one you guys have just finished and killed. You're now using the other one. I really pray for this son, for this child, where this 15-year-old boy, wherever he is. I really pray that he's doing good, and he has really gone through some counseling so that he can get off some traumas, because I'm sure he saw a lot in the family. I know that this all broken ribs, broken scalp, broken legs, broken arms, and everything, he saw a bit of it. Maybe not all, but he saw a bit of it, and it might have traumatized him and everything. And when he was standing on the on the witness and everything, he was really devastated, and it seemed like somebody was really going through so much that he could, when people go through so much that they cannot even express themselves. Okay, so Jessica was found guilty and was given life imprisonment without parole. By without parole, even if he changes, even if she changes, even if she, I don't know, even if she prays, even if God comes, even if the American president decides to get all the inmates out of prison, he will never be out of, Jessica Grooves, will never be out of prison. And I am really happy. I feel like she deserved that and more. In fact, she deserves to be hanged. That woman must be, oh God, Jesus, I don't even know what to say. And the husband, on the other hand, Daniel Grooves, was given life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 41 years. Okay, so when he is in prison for 41 years, he can apply for parole. Parole, chances of him getting out there. He has chances of getting out there. But remember, he is 41. So another 41, he'll be around 90, 80 something, headed for 90. So it really won't do much for him. But guys, this story has been devastating. It is one of those stories that I feel like not everyone really has the not everyone is a parent. Everyone can give birth, but not everyone is a parent, or not everyone is mommy or daddy. But anyway, guys, what do you think about this story? Subscribe, like, share, and above all, comment, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.